Dhruv Rathee released a video on AI called The Truth About Artificial Intelligence and ChatGPT. And he goes on to tell us about the dangers of AI. He makes some very good points about AI and its dangers. However, पहली 3 मिनट में एक interesting comparison उन्होंने show किया ChatGPT की growth to 1 million users compared to
नेटफ्लिक्स को 3.5 साल का समय लगा था, ट्विटर को 2 साल का समय, फेसबुक को 10 महीने का, इंस्टाग्राम को 2.5 महीने का और चैट जीपीटी इस माइलस्टोन पर पहुंच गया सिर्फ और सिर्फ 5 दिन में.
Now the problem with this comparison is Netflix was released in 1999, Twitter in 2006 and Facebook in 2004. And at that time, of course, it would take them years and months to reach 1 million users because at that time internet users ही बहुत कम थे. Reach that level they will also take double or triple the time. However, if you compare ChatGPT to Threads that just came out a few weeks ago, it took Threads 1 hour to reach 1 million users. It was just a very unfair comparison and very irrelevant comparison to compare it with softwares that came out 20 years ago. So this is where I started disagreeing with his takes. He referred to the 2020 report of World Economic Forum.
नौकरियां उभर कर भी आएंगी. वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम की फ्यूचर ऑफ जॉब्स रिपोर्ट 2020 के अनुसार 2025 तक 85 मिलियन नौकरियां गायब हो जाएंगी एआई की वजह से दुनिया भर में. लेकिन इस
Which is actually a wrong interpretation because it doesn't say AI in the report. Now you need to understand it said robot revolution, not AI particularly. So AI is not going to be creating all these many jobs. But robot revolution, yes, because we're not just talking about AI per se, we're talking about automation. According to that report, most new jobs will be in the area of data analyst and scientist, AI and machine learning specialist, big data specialist, digital marketing and strategy specialist, process automation specialist, business development profession, and so on and so on. None of these has anything to do with how to use an AI. In 2018, the same report said that 133 million new roles will replace 75 million old between now and 2022. Has this happened? I don't think so. I don't think there has been 133 million new jobs recently because we would have known about it, especially in terms of AI. Same study जो 2023 में आई है. According to that, AI and machine learning specialist is expected to grow by 40% or 1 million jobs. However, jobs in agriculture have also been increased by 3 million. Repair factory workers and laborers is supposed to increase by 5%, which is roughly 2 million. Supply chain and logistic jobs are supposed to increase by 2 million. And all of these jobs percentage is double or triple the AI. And why is Dhruv Rathee putting that fear that you have to use AI as soon as possible? Well, because he has just released a course based on AI and the tools available to AI. And the biggest risk of this is to creative people. That is my biggest problem with the argument of whether AI should be allowed to be creative. Because some jobs have already been replaced by AI in the back end, in Facebook, Instagram. AI does most of the work. And a lot of human force just overlooks it. They overlooks if there is any anomalies. If there is, आपकी video monetize हो रही है, demonetize हो रही है, ये सब AI check कर रहा है. But using AI for very small objectives like writing a letter, for this homework, for assignments, that is something new, which we will be talking about today in this video. But then he talks about graphic designers and how their job is also at risk. जो graphic designers होते हैं वो किसी चीज़ को draw करते हैं तो अब AI draw कर रहा है. How an AI work is, it process images. जब ध्रुव राठी ने सर्च किया था हनुमान जी फ्लाइंग इन द स्काई, तब क्या हुआ था? AI ने सर्च किया हनुमान जी को, स्काई को, फ्लाइंग को, और इन सब की जितने भी पिक्चर्स आई उसने उन सबको प्रोसेस करके देखा कि स्काई कैसा लगता है, स्काई के आगे फ्लाइंग कैसा लगता है और हनुमान जी कैसे है, और इन सबको इंटीग्रेट करके उसने एक इमेज सामने रख दी. इट इज नॉट एन ओरिजिनल पिक्चर. और हर उस पिक्चर को जिसने प्रोसेस किया है, ही डज नॉट हैव द लाइसेंस ऑफ इट. उसने गूगल से पिक्चर्स लाई और इसने उसको प्रोसेस कर दिया. ब्यूटीफुल. कैन यू यूज दैट पिक्चर? कैन यू लीगली यूज दैट पिक्चर? अंटिल नाउ, यस. Sadly, yes. क्यों? Because we don't have the law to protect us. Now question arises. एक क्वेश्चन पैदा होता है कि हम भी तो यही करते हैं. एक क्रिएटिव बंदा है जिसको AI रिप्लेस करने वाला है, वो भी तो यही करता है. वो भी पिक्चर्स देखता है, उसको एनालाइज करता है, प्रोसेस करता है और फिर वो क्रिएट करता है. बट ह्यूमन हैज दैट राइट. A human being has a right to intellectual property. He can process things and write it in his own way, and that will be his own copy now, given that you cannot find similarities to a certain extent. It's a very slippery slope क्योंकि a person who created AI, that is his intellectual property in a way, right? Now where is the line कि यार ये सही है या ये गलत? A human has right कि वो इन सबको process करे and he can make something new. Does a software has that right? Now you have to ask that question yourself. जो images ये process कर रहा है without permission or with permission, should it be allowed to use it as a reference? Should it be allowed to process it and make new? That's a very complex question that needs to be answered in the court, and we do not have that. Anyways, moving forward. Now what Dhruv Rathee has done, he has supported transition to AI. Yeah, transition karo AI mein, there should be no revolt. And instead, what all you creative people जो घर बैठे रो रही हैं इस time, what you need to do is, and it's very important to protect this creative freedom, to protect our jobs. And that's why in Hollywood, currently there's going on a writer and actor strike. In Hollywood, no writer is working, no actor is working, so all the film production is in halt. और इसमें AI का भी बहुत बड़ा हाथ है, because big production companies, what they were going to do is they were going to buy an actor's likeness. An actor's likeness means his face, his body, the way it looks. They would buy it so they can use it over and over again.
Fellow actors on day 12 of the SAG-AFTRA strike.
We will not be having our jobs taken away and giving to robots. We will not allow you to take away our dignity.
They want to make AI writers. Well, one of the reasons is because of the low wages. AI is a threat to them as well. They're not going to stand with it, and they are standing against it. They're not working anymore. They're saying increase our wages and stop trying to replace us with AI. Which is the logical thing to do. And anybody should do this under these circumstances. Instead of promoting AI, instead of saying कि AI के साथ तो integrate हो गया, अब आपको adjust करना पड़ेगा. क्यों adjust करें भाई? Companies are greedy. These giant companies, they will create AI jobs because it will be more monetizable. They will have to pay less. If we fight about this in court, and there are laws that protect your images, that protect the right to creative freedom only to a human and not a bot. Why should a bot be given a creative freedom? That's bizarre to me. That's my personal take, however. And I think we can have a debate on this. Or later, Dhruv Rathee compares how AI is used in schools and colleges.
बेसिक नॉलेज तो आनी ही चाहिए. ये स्टैटिस्टिक्स एक बड़ा वेकअप कॉल है पूरी देश की जनता के लिए. क्या स्कूल्स और कॉलेजेस में हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को टाइम पर ट्रेन किया जा सकेगा इसके लिए? जॉब मार्केट के बाद अगला बड़ा इम्पैक्ट आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का हमारे एजुकेशन सिस्टम पर ही पड़ता है.
Kids would have to learn AI at a very young age. No, they don't have to use. They don't have to learn AI at a very young age. AI, as we see right now, it's a very easy to use software. You all you have to do is give it commands in a good way. There are also AI in which you have to learn a little bit of languages, which is not really that difficult, unless you're looking for a really complex problem, which kids are not going to be solving. अगर आपको नहीं भी आता है, it will take you 1 month or 2 months to learn it. और वो भी 1-2 सॉफ्टवेयर होगा.
स्कूल में एक समय पर टीचर्स बोला करती थी कि मैथ्स करते वक्त कैलकुलेटर्स का यूज मत करो क्योंकि हमेशा आपके पास कैलकुलेटर नहीं होगा यूज करने के लिए. और अब एआई भी हमारे पास अवेलेबल होगा.
It's a false argument क्योंकि कैलकुलेटर्स अभी भी यूज करने नहीं दिए जाते हैं. They have to 12th. जेई के एग्जाम्स में भी ये यूज करने नहीं दिए जाते हैं. इंजीनियरिंग में पहले भी ये यूज करना अलाउ था और अभी भी यूज करना अलाउ है. So I don't know what he's trying to prove according to this, because the whole point of not using a calculator up until your 12th is because you want to develop your brain. The more you use your brain, the more you're using it mathematically, creatively, it develops. And the more it develops, the better you will be. The better you will develop critical thinking, the better will be your brain's capacity to think, to remember, to process information. Eventually, I think some amount of AI will be used in teaching methods, but mostly for checking mistakes or whatnot. It would mostly be in examining papers. But I don't think even it should be used as a teaching method, or kids should be taught how to use AI. That is the stupidest thing we want kids to learn. Kids should learn how to use their brain without the use of AI, without the use of calculator. That's the whole point. That's how their brain will develop. If you keep telling them, oh, you don't have to use yourself or your brain, you have to use these things that humans have created, which they will eventually use when they grow up, but that's not the point of school. The point of school is to develop your brain on its own. One thing is for sure, AI can never create. AI can only copy. But it's brilliant at copying. It's better at copying than most humans. Thank you.